It's the same old thing as yesterday.
Welcome to the House of Pain, a show dedicated to injury recovery. The House of Pain is brought to you by ARP Wave Technology. Now, along with Dennis Thompson of the ARP Wave Clinic, here's your host, the Common Man, Dan Cole.
Greetings, good morning, and welcome to the House of Pain. I'm the Common Man, Dan Cole, along with ARP Wave founder Dennis Thompson. We're here to tell you over the next half hour or so what you can do to, Dennis, relieve your pain, find a way to train yourself
just generally improve the quality of your life.
I guess that's the best way to say it.
Absolutely. Just generally improve the quality of your life.
We've been doing this now. We started last year doing it for several weeks this year. For those that may have been tuning in for the first time, what can you tell our listeners about the ARP Wave system? That's ARP, what it is and what it can do for them.
Well, like we said, it'll definitely improve the quality of their life. And the ARP Wave system is a system that's designed to simply speed up the recovery of all types of injuries, as well as prevent the majority of injuries. And I know that sounds like a broad-based stroke, but the system is built around three components. The first component is we need to make sure that the nervous system is sending the right signals to the muscles to where they'll absorb force. Because if they're not, you're either already hurt or going to be hurt, one or the other. The second piece of the puzzle is that if the nervous system hasn't been working correctly and allowing the muscles to do their job of absorbing force, it just makes common sense that there's going to be injury there. There's going to be damage to the tissue. So what the second stage does is gets rid of that damage. The third step is build the strength back up in the muscle, retrain the muscle to be in the proper position, and therefore absorb massive quantities of force. Henceforth, you dramatically change the quality of your life.
You started by word of mouth, and we started doing this radio thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're expanding to and you've been doing webcasts. People can go to your website and they can see the ARP Wave system in action. But you're expanding to television. I understand TV channel 6 Sunday, July 11th for 2 shows, one at 11:30 in the morning, one at 7 p.m. What will this show be like as compared to the radio show? What will you be doing on television?
Well, the difference between radio, what we do here, and television is obviously visual, yeah. And what we say sounds way too good to be true. Here, they'll be able to see it. They'll actually, in our first show, we have a retired firefighter who, since he was 9 years old, has never been able to kick anything, kick a ball, kick a football, kick anything without extraordinary pain. Could not bend his toes, kind of like your toe, could not bend his toes, couldn't raise his arm above his head, and had serious, severe back issues from the fire department. We worked on him, and they show excerpts of us working on him on the show. And one of the excerpts is, after our 5th treatment, he's kicking a soccer ball above a 10-foot tree. So he's ecstatic. But people can see the excitement in this guy's face. They can see what he went through. They can see the transformation in his toe being as rigid as a block of cement to within seconds, it looks just like normal. And it's still hard for people to believe that, because I had a doctor on the show with us, and he said, I can't believe it, so I don't know how anybody else is going to believe it. But you look at things in a completely different light. We're looking at what caused the toe to be that way, not the toe is that way. So if you work on the cause, the symptoms vanish almost instantaneously, and television gives us that opportunity. And the show that we're going to be on is called Knowledge for Wellness by Tina Rosenquist. And it looks like we're going to be a regular on the show. It looks like we'll be on every 2 weeks.
Well, how does the ARP Wave system work? How did it help the firemen?
Well, first off, we found out that the foot was certainly not the problem. Behind his knee and on the calf, they were very, very tight. And his hamstrings were very tight. Come to think of it, he told us in our interview on TV that he'd never, in his entire life, from a child to a 61-year-old adult, had never been able to touch his toes. Never. Well, we had him touching his toes in about 12 and a half seconds. Now, how did that happen? It happened because we relaxed the muscles that he could not relax. Think of the ARPWave system as an external brain, and the external brain is telling the muscle what to do instead of the internal brain not being able to tell the muscle what to do. So that's how we did it, and we found the origin of his problem. The origin was behind his knee and on the calf, and we got his toe moving right away. We found the origin in his shoulder being very much like yours in the biceps tendon, and we found his back issue being in his left quadricep.
My guess is the firemen, like a lot of, I bet most of your clients, you're almost a last resort.
Oh, yeah, they used to call us the last resort. I mean,
because they've tried everything else. They've gone to chiropractors and surgeons and doctors and lawyers and bears, oh my, and they find no relief. Like he hadn't been able to touch his toes till he was 61 years old, and you're able to find a way through the ARPWave system to do that.
Yes, and the majority of our patients, you're exactly right. They fall into two categories. We're a last resort. They've tried everything and it didn't work, or they heard about us. Like in the athletic community, if you get hurt and you hear about us, then we're the first call. I mean, if a high-level athlete gets hurt any place in the world, we're the first call. That doesn't sound, I don't want it to sound egotistical. It's just that we've got a reputation out there that we can get you back very, very quickly, much more quickly than anything else. But with the general public, we're the last resort. You know, they've gone to Mayo. They've gone to the experts. I can't tell you how many patients we have every single week who say, I've been to Mayo, I've been to the world's leading experts, I've flown all over the country, I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars out of my own pocket. How is it that I've never heard of you? And the answer is the medical field is a very closed environment, and it's designed to basically fix the symptom or hide the symptom, and it's never addressing the neurological origin. Like it's common if you and I went to a hospital and we looked at the hospital, it's basically broken into two distinct segments. One is physical medicine, the other one is neurological medicine. The neurological medicine people have no idea what the physical medicine people do. The physical medicine people have no idea what the neurological medicine people do. And last time I looked, you're one whole. You're not half. You're one whole. And so there's an inherent massive, massive disturbance in the way that we do things. We look at things strictly electrically.
Well, we've talked dozens and dozens of stories about athletes, world-class athletes, household names, people that that our listeners would recognize their names right away, that have come to you and have had amazing results where they've been told by surgeon or doctor, yeah, I'll do surgery here, you're probably going to be out, 12 months before you'll play again. You've got them coming around in a few weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We've got some very, very high-level people coming in on Monday that one of the athletes, everybody would know, and I don't know if I'm able to bring out his name, but I can kind of tell you his story. He was involved in a motorcycle accident, and the team doctor who put his knee back together, and this is about 7 years ago now, we just found out last week that when they did that surgery, because I finally asked for the post-surgical report, there's two areas that hold the kneecap together. It's called the retinaculum. They left those unattached for 7 years. This guy has had unbearable pain in his knee for 7 years. We found out why. Now, we've gotten him able to play. He can play. He's a Pro Bowl player. But it's a chore. Every single week I have to work with this guy, and I said, look, man, we got to find out why this is happening, because there's only one thing that the ARPWave system will not eliminate, and that's an anatomical problem. We found the anatomical problem. He's coming in on Monday, and he'll be ready in 28 days.